Physics of Bliss, Kundalini rising, the two snakes as they aurora borealis their way, double helix crossing DNA fractal protobation point, where it is that the two pine cones kiss and phase conjugation occurs. There's a direct in and out prana and apana of that point where the breath is like, and then that place right in between, it creates this suction, if you will. This suction place right here is where it is that we know all of true 0 point energy of existence is. So as this place down at the, anyways, long story, this is for you, Sebastian, this isn't for anybody else. This is for the two snakes. When they get up to your pineal gland, what happens is that they're the kundalini, it's sending out a frequency vibration through the snake's tongue or mouth, and it's going in. It's like it's both snakes, male, female, you know, the Ida and the Pingala, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, the medical symbol, the caduceus, the ankh, the amarita, the nectar, that secretes itself. Anyways, so when the pineal gland is secreting the nectar, which is basically an antenna that's sending out an energy and receiving an energy, what turns on that pineal gland to be able to do that is when the kundalini rises to the top, and then the two snakes meet, male and female on both sides, and they become one. They unify themselves, they send their energy, or they blow their fire as dragons would at that pearl in the center, and that pearl in the center right there then becomes a direct conduit to the divine prime creator source of all that is. Basically, it is what it is that phase conjugate energy is all about. Fractal energy, it's all about the golden meaning and the radio station for life, not actually life itself. Life itself comes from the divine prime creator that gave us the ability to understand how to put these puzzle pieces together. And so at this moment in time, these are all little tiny puzzle pieces for you so that you could draw it in your art, paint it in your art, wire wrap it, tell stories about it. But I just want you to know that the physics of bliss, the kundalini rising, fractal protobation, phase conjugation, two pine cones kissing, implosion, enzymes, bliss, consciousness, 13, Metatron's cube, the tetracube, the flower of life, the seed of life, the spiral of life, all of these things all go together with the self computers that are actually encoded within the mindset of the consciousness of the beings in whom are a part of this awakening code solution to the illusion of all this confusion that was all based upon some mathematics that were actually illusionary in the first place. And now that our towers have fell off of those sand cliffs, if you will, we can see that as we put the pieces back together from little tiny particles and waves and functions and forms and shapes and colors and sounds and frequencies and vibrations and cymatic patterns, the cymatic pattern that's being sent out by the two snakes that's causing the pineal gland to be able to secrete all of that energy, talking to the pituitary gland, talking to the body, talking to the universe, talking to the galaxy and the multiverse, all of this that's happening when those two snakes that are mouth to mouth that are right there that are kissing, when the two pine cones and the four lobes and everything crosses and meets and secretes and everything goes right from as above so below. I tell you what, I don't know anything, but I do know one thing. I know I'm here, I know I'm present, I know I got a lot to say. And as I'm talking to Samsung here, you know, Mr. Sam in the song, I'm singing to the Sam. Okay, great. That's like, you know, what we call this phone technology. However, this technology is my inner technology, and this is a bridge to the outer technology, which is no more or less an interface between the skin and the membrane of the cell. So inside of the nucleus, where it is that the center of the center of the center of the Hunab Ku is, and the fractal perturbation point of the yes, you know who, the source, divine prime creator of all that is, which is also embodying me, embodying you, and embodying everything at the same exact moment in time. Well, time, the doorway to time, happens to be in the center of that space, or that place where the two pine cones kiss. This is where it is that time, the doorway to time, if you will, actually is. And this is the doorway to eternal time, which means that it's outside of linear thinking where you're going to die at 80 or 90 or 100 years old or 50 years old. That's not how it goes, because we don't linearly think about time that way. We are quantifying time, which means that it's actually a stacking of moments on top of one another that are all eternally infinite in their own right of being a moment. And when we shine light through those moments and we string them all together, it shows us a film reel, if you will, a movie of our, what we would call, apparent life. However, at the same time all that's happening, there's a lot more happening to time, space, as we know it, as far as how long does it take for me to get from this space in time to that space in time, which is relative based on whether I'm walking or whether I'm running or whether I'm driving a car, an airplane, or, you know, a bicycle, a unicycle, skateboarding, skating. I mean, there's many ways to travel. So within time travel, some of us are really good at traveling through time pretty damn quickly. So how is it that I got from here to there and there to here within, oh wait, how was I simultaneously over there and over here at the same time? How could I be in 12 places at once and conscious of all of them? And have conversations with all the beings in all those places at those times and bring all that information and energy back to this place and this time, wherever it is that I, as the avatar being, am intertwined into the DNA, the fabric of existence that knows that. Mataku Yasin. Stay tuned for the next journey with Soulshine. Aloha.